What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Broadway Joel. If you like to stay up to date with boxing news, please hit that subscribe button. And if you've been here before, thanks for coming back. So the undercard on the Canelo Alvarez Caleb Plant fight is absolute fucking trash. Now, I'm really upset because this is the first time the super middleweight division is gonna go undisputed. This is for all the belts. This is something for the history books. And this is the fucking undercard y'all give us? This shit is absolute garbage. Trash. And if y'all been following my page, y'all know I talk about the undercards. This shit is trash. Let me read y'all the undercard. So the co-main event. this is the one that really pisses me off. This is the co-main event. It's Anthony Derrell versus Marco Hernandez. Marco Hernandez has 3 knockouts, 15 wins, a bunch of fucking losses. And this is the guy y'all put in a co-main event against Anthony Derrell? Now, from what I read, is Anthony Derrell's on the undercard in case something happens to Caleb Plant. That's a quick replacement. I get that. Believe me, I'm not a fucking idiot. I get it. I understand. But you put him at the co-main event? Bro, people are paying for this. I'm paying for this. Like, you have to consider the customer. You have to consider the consumer. That fight cannot be a co-main event. In what world is that a co-main event on a major pay-per-view? That fight, all jokes aside, should be off TV. I get you have him on the undercard in case Caleb Plant gets hurt. You want a quick replacement. Listen, I get it. I'm not an idiot. But co-main event? My man, no. Absolutely not. That's unacceptable. Another fight. Ray Vargas versus Leonardo Baze. So throughout the video, I keep saying the fight's at 130. I misspoke. The fight's actually at 122. So just ignore every time I say 130. The fight's actually at 122. Leonardo Baez has gotten knocked out multiple times at 118. And you got him fighting at 130 against an undefeated fighter? You expect that? And you put that on an undercard? A pay-per-view undercard? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Like, damn. Y'all really don't give a fuck about the fans. The only fight on this undercard. There's only one good fight on this undercard. That's Elvis Rodriguez versus Juan Pablo Romero. Juan Pablo Romero is undefeated from Mexico. Really good offensive fighter. He tends to load up on all his punches, so he is susceptible to some counter punches, but he's a really good prospect up and coming. And Elvis Rodriguez was a really good prospect for Top Rank. He took one loss and they released him for whatever reason. So these are two prospects people have been high on at different points of their career. And it's almost somewhat like a prove it to me to Romero and a prove it to me Rodriguez. Like, listen, you took that one loss, prove it to me. We're going to put you in tough again, beat this guy, and prove us to us that you're ready for the next level. Now, I really like this fight, so I'm not going to trash the whole undercard. This fight is actually a good fight. It's two relatively unknown fighters, which is what I think promoters should start doing more often, putting two relatively unknown fighters that are good in the ring together on an undercard where it doesn't really matter if they sell tickets or not. But what does matter is the entertainment value they're delivering for the fans, both in the stands and the ones buying the pay-per-view like I am. Like, y'all know me. Y'all know I care about the undercards, and that's why I always make videos about the undercard. I made a video suggesting fights for this undercard. All makeable fights, all realistic fights, and none of them made it. Listen, I wrote down a list right here of the list of the fights I thought I made of the video. I wanted Colbert versus Roger Gutierrez, Boots versus Delorme. Boots versus Delorme is on the undercard of Jamal James. Bro, what are you doing? Are you a promoter? Who's promoting this? I wanted Donaire Casemiro. That fight is a whole mess. It's probably not going to happen, at least not this year. So I'll forgive you guys for not putting that. Daniel Jacobs versus David Lemieux. Why is that fight not on here? Erickson Lubin versus either Carlos Adames or Tony Harrison. That's another good fight that could have been on the card. I had put Rolly versus Isaac Cruz, but Rolly got the tank fight, so I'll forgive you guys for not putting that on the undercard. And Gary Russell Jr. Get this man a fight. Get this man a fight. He's way too good to be this inactive. These are all good fights. The Colbert Gutierrez fight is going to happen. And nobody's going to watch. If you put it on the undercard, People would have watched. People would have learned the Colbert name and know who he is. And that's how you build a fighter. You put him on big undercards. Boots versus Delorme, a lot of people not going to watch because he's on the undercard of Jamal James. These are all good fights, all makeable fights. Jacobs versus Lemieux, a crossroads fight. Two older fighters in their early to mid-30s. Guys who have taken losses. Guys who've been stopped. Put them in the ring. Hey, listen, you want to prove to us that you're still not washed up? Fight on this undercard and win. And who knows, maybe later down the line you could get a Canelo fight. Both Lemieux and a rematch in the case of Jacobs. Like, you guys have to think for the fans and as well for the future. Putting Anthony Derrell against a guy with 3 knockouts in the co-main event is not doing good for the sport, brother. Who is putting these cards together? Who is thinking? Who is in the board meeting going, hey, let's put this guy, Ray Vargas, against a guy who's been knocked out a bunch of times at 118 and move him up in weight? Why is this on the undercard? It's ridiculous. It's almost like disrespectful because I'm spending my money on this fight. And this is the bullshit you give me? I'm fucking tight and it's a bullshit undercard. I'm still going to buy the pay-per-view, but if for whatever reason you weren't hype enough for the main event and you were going to depend on your money depending on the undercard, then I would say if that was the reason, then no, don't spend the money because the undercard is trash. But I think the main event is worth the money itself. But still, hey, listen, it's not my money. So if you feel you need a good undercard to pay the money, then, hey, man, this isn't one of them. But all right, guys, that's my video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter @_BroadwayJoel. Hit the like button and watch all my videos, man. Comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think of the undercard. But all right, guys, that's my video. Until next time. Peace.